All right, guys. You tell me how do you want to start this thing out? You want me to give a statement, or you guys want to fire away?
Have you ever been doused in water before? Were you soaking wet? Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I've been in a lot of locker room celebrations. I've been fortunate, but I've always been a guy that's been a little bit more behind the scenes, and I let Coach Few go in there and do that type of stuff. To be honest with you, it literally caught me off guard. I was going to go in there and congratulate the guys and tell them we got some work to do, and it was a great moment for those guys. I mean, they've been a real special group to be associated with every day, and I'm lucky to be coaching them.
How did you think the flow of the offense was tonight?
We saw some zone, and we kind of ended up with some funky lineups in there to kind of disrupted the pace and the tempo early. But all in all, it was okay. I think our OER was, just a little bit under 1.2, and I thought we left a lot of meat on the bone with some missed layups. You make a few of those, and your OER is 1.3, which is amazing. So, the nitpicky part of me is, we need to be a little bit better. But overall, it's not a bad start, and I think there's some things for some guys to learn from for sure.
Kirk categorized the 28 made field goals on 25 assists as Warriors basketball. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, we really value sharing the ball and moving it around, and it was great. It's great when teams play with that type of joy and togetherness. I think it's fun for the fans, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the players. And 25 out of 28 maybe is a little bit of an anomaly, but all in all, it's definitely a step in the right direction. The biggest thing I was happy with today overall was just, I think we had 6 turnovers, and maybe we had some that felt like were close to turnovers. DT threw some of those lobs. I don't know who would have caught them. They were so high, and again, it's part of just maturing as a team. And Kim missing the dunk, that type of stuff. At the end of the day, we just want points, and I don't need style points. We just need points. So those will be conversations we'll definitely have.
Looking at Kirk Reese's game, 17 points, but more importantly, 5 assists, no turnovers. How do you think he performed at the point guard position?
I thought Kerr was great. I've been steadfast in my belief in him, and I think he's going to have a really good year, and I think he's going to be one of the better point guards in college basketball. He really gets us going, and on top of all the good things he does on offense, I think there's still room for him to grow, which is awesome on that end, but I think he's a really good defender. So I love having him out there, and I feel good, every second he's out on the floor.
What do you say to a guy like Benedict when he has an off night like this?
It's going to happen. You're a really good player. Let's step back and take a look at maybe where some of the struggles were and address them. And I think most of Ben's struggles were, finishing. And, finishing's a lot tougher than it looks. And, especially when you get in there with the physicality and the vertical contesting these refs are allowing. I think if he makes a few of those lay-ins, we all feel a little bit different. But all in all, he's getting right to where he needs to be. He just has to kind of refine his plan under the lights in the moment and make sure he's, getting, baskets or free throws when we get the ball that close to the rim.
Is that what you kind of want to see from Umar when he's out there knocking people down and them forcing him?
Well, I don't want him knocking people down because those are offensive fouls. Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I want Umar to become a little bit more of an enforcer. And Umar's had a tough journey, and he's been with me for a long time, and it hasn't been easy. And I love him for sticking with it. And it didn't start easy today. And, he had a tough scrimmage at St. Mary's, kind of battled back. Then we kind of got on him, and he really picked it up the next couple weeks in practice and was getting better, making real progress. And you could see his body changing. You can see his production on the court changing. And then today, it's funny, that first game, the first thing or two didn't go right for him. And I think he gave up a free throw block out right when he got in the game and maybe another mistake. And I just told him, this game challenges you, and it doesn't let things come easy. And you got to keep your head up and keep fighting and keep moving forward. And I was really happy to see him kind of respond. And I think Justin threw him a lob, and he kind of went up and caught it and then came down and dunked it, which was huge progress for him. So things to build on for sure.
The rebounds 9 rebounds.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to see him, just be a physical force and a rim protector and rebound above the rim and finish shots. And I think he did a great job shooting his free throws.
How did you think Pella looked, considering he hadn't really been able to do much?
I thought Pella looked better today than he has in practice, which didn't surprise me. Pella's a really good player, and he's kind of been feeling his way in practice a little bit and maybe overanalyzing things a little bit. And I thought, he's an experienced player. If we get him out under the lights, and, I didn't have any, like hard minute thing on him tonight. I just kind of wanted to see how he played, and I was just hoping he had a good play or two to build off of, and I think he did.
Film study do you do on a game like this? Will you go home and watch right away?
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, we'll watch the film tonight, and I like everybody to kind of watch it individually. Coaches are world famous for everybody getting in a room and watching the same film together, and it turns into a 5-hour marathon. So we'll all go home with our families, watch it individually, kind of get our notes and our thoughts together, and we'll get together tomorrow mid-morning and kind of debrief on the game. And then the great thing about college basketball is you have one coming up 3 days later. So we'll start. What can we get better at, and what can we learn from the last game, and what do we got to do to try to find a way to win the next one?
What impresses you most about the way Kerr defends?
Just got great feet, great activity, great energy. He's tough, he's gritty, and he's got a knack for legitimately taking charges. And he has maybe the best charge-taking percentage I've ever seen. I mean, it seems like he's 80-90% of the time, he's getting charge calls, which is, and they look like charges to me. So I love having him out there. I mean, and we put him on their best player to start the game, the Cone kid, and he bird dogged him. He did a great job staying all over him. And then we switched to put some size on him with DT, which is a great. To be able to pass the baton to the next guy, and I thought it was but the combination of who we put on him and how we guarded him, I thought was really effective.
Remind you of, like player comp wise?
Oh my goodness, Kerr reminds me. Kerr. The easy ones. T.J. McConnell, Kevin Pangos. Those type of guys. They play hard, and maybe has some of T.J.'s grittiness and Pangos shooting, and and I hope he continues to learn to get those guys passing and feel for the game, which I think we're getting close on.
Overall, you have really good contributions from the guys who were here last year. I mean, is that maybe not a surprise, considering?
Yeah,
what you have
the
going
guys. I've told you guys from day one, and it wasn't lip service. It was really important to get a lot of the guys back, that were here last year, and those guys, were well coached. They had experience as young players. And I'm sure there was a lot of growing pains last year, and it was good to just get him a foundation of experience. And then coming into this year, we were able to build on it, and we're going to continue to build on it. And guys, I think we got a great core group, that can get Arizona basketball to where everybody back to where we want to be, in the next 2 to 3 years. And obviously, we're going to give this year everything we got, and we're going to see what we can squeeze out of this year. But we got a great nucleus moving forward.
Kerr said you encouraged him to wear the headband. Is that a true story? Or?
Yeah, probably not, no. But you know what? Hey, I just tell Kerr this: like, Kerr has some swag. As long as he plays with confidence, he plays with high effort, and he plays with intelligence. Okay, then I'll let him be swaggy. Okay, but if he doesn't play with intelligence, he doesn't play with great effort. Okay, then he can't wear the headband. So that's the rule.
I mean, you have pretty loose rules on as far as individual stuff they want to do like that, headbands or shoes or tattoos.
Listen, tattoos, I can't have any. That's their business. But as far as like that type of stuff, what's crazy? I don't even notice it. I couldn't tell you what pair of shoes anybody wore today. I couldn't have told you Kerr wore a headband. I'm here to watch a basketball game and coach the team. And, if I start to notice it, then it's probably not a good thing. But all in all, as long as they're respectful of the game, their teammates, our program, I have no problem with guys, individually expressing themselves.
So after what you said the other day, in terms of you don't really get nervous on game days, were there any nerves today?
No, not really. I took a nap at home, woke up a couple hours for the game, jumped in the shower, came down here, watched my son's game in my office, and then went down, talked to the team about 30 minutes before the game, and let it rip. I mean, like I told you, the game's going to start at 8:30. So, I mean, me being nervous and uptight all day, I don't think that does anybody any good.
How's your son doing?
They won. So he's doing great. He's a freshman, going through things a lot of freshmen do, finding their way, trying to find a way to get on the court. But they won. He texted me, and he was really happy.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. See you in a couple days.